In this video, you learn the key concepts of defining family parameters and assign these parameters to dimensions. You will also understand the key differences between instance and type parameters. In the example below, timber flooring is being modelled to plan out the joints and cuts to a high level of accuracy. In the image shown on the left, the oak plank length is driven with an instance parameter. The instance parameter will enable shape handles, which allow, in this example, the resizing of the plank length simply by dragging the shape handles. This permits each plank to have a different length. However, the plank's width is set to 10 inches with a type parameter. All of the planks using this type will change if the plank's width is edited. The family types dialog is shown in the following image. The two parameters, board cut length and board width, are displayed under the dimensions group. Notice that the board cut length parameter has the word default shown as a suffix and is enclosed in brackets. This is a very simple way of identifying type versus instance parameters whilst in the family types dialog box. Go ahead and open up the model glass desk. You can see that this opens up in the family editor and the file type is .rfa. Currently we have a 3D view open and you can see we have a glass desk modelled. Let's first review the parameters that are assigned to this family. On the Create ribbon in the Properties panel, go ahead and select Family Types. The Family Types dialog box is now displayed and we can see under the Dimension group we only have one parameter currently available, which controls the frame's square hollow section size. Presently this is set to 1.5 inches. Let's now set this to 2 inches and then click Apply. We can clearly see now that the frame's elements have all changed to reflect the size of 2 inches. Let's now return this to 1.5 inches and then click Apply. You'll notice at the minute that there are no dimensions to control the desk's length or the desk's width. Let's now create a new parameter to control the desk length. To do this, we'll go ahead and select the New Parameter icon. And in the Parameter Properties dialog, you can see the parameter type defaults to Family Parameter. We are then prompted to enter a name. Let's type in Desk Length. The discipline will remain as common, and you can see that the type of parameter is automatically configured to length. However, if we wanted to change this, you can see here that we could select other types of parameter from the list. You'll also see here that we can group this parameter currently under Dimensions. If we take a look at the Family Types dialog box, you'll notice that the group Dimensions is displayed here. And of course, if we want our new desk length to be displayed in the same area, we'll leave group parameter under Dimensions. However, again, we could select a new group if required. We can also see that we have the ability to switch between a type parameter or an instance parameter. The desk length should be set to a type parameter. Let's go ahead and click OK. Let's assign a value of 64 inches to the desk length. Okay, we'll now proceed to create another new parameter. So once again, we'll click on the New Parameter icon. For the name, we'll now enter Desk Width. Again, the discipline will be set to Common. The type of parameter will be a length. And again, we'll group these under Dimensions. This would also be a type parameter. We can now go ahead and click OK. Let's now set the width to 32 inches. We'll now create another parameter to control the glass type used on our desk. This is going to be a material parameter. So once again, we'll go ahead and click on New Parameter. For the parameter name, we'll type in glass material. The discipline type will remain as common, but the type of parameter we'll want to change from length to material. Notice that Revit automatically suggests that we group this under Materials and Finishes, and we'll then click OK. You can now see that the glass material is currently set by category. We'll now set this to an accurate material. Go ahead and click the Browse button, and in the Materials browser, let's select Blue Frosted Glass and select OK. We can then click OK to the Family Types dialog. Let's first assign the parameter to our glass material. Go ahead and select the extrusion representing the glass. In the Properties palette, note that the material is currently set to natural frosted glass. Let's go ahead and click the Associate Family Parameter button. And here you'll notice that we can associate this to the parameter that we've just set up called glass material. We'll then go ahead and select OK. Notice in the Properties palette that the material is now greyed out and inactive. This is now associated to our parameter. Next, we'll assign the length and width parameter to our desk. To do this, in the project browser, let's open up floor plans and the reference level. You'll notice currently that we have some reference planes configured and we have our extrusion set for the frame. The constraint at the minute is set to an equal constraint. That means that if we change the width of the desk just by dragging, it will stay centered. Let's now create an aligned dimension to control the desk length and the desk width. To do this, we'll select the Annotate ribbon, and on the Dimension panel, we'll select Aligned Dimension. We'll then place a dimension between the two outer reference planes and place that dimension down. We'll do a very similar thing for the outside reference planes representing the width of the desk, and once again place the dimension down. We'll now release the dimension command by selecting the modifier button, and we're now ready to assign our parameter to these dimensions. Let's begin by selecting a dimension representing the desk length. On the context ribbon under Label Dimension panel, you'll notice here that we can select our new label. Here, let's select desk length. We'll now select the dimension representing the desk width, and once again on the Label Dimensions panel, we'll go to the Label Dimensions drop-down and select desk width. You can now see that the two parameters are assigned to our desk. Let's now switch to the 3D view by clicking the View 1 tab. On the Modify ribbon in the Properties panel, let's also select Family Types. And you can now see that we have desk length and desk width configured within the dialog box. Let's now set the desk length to 4 foot 6 inches. And we'll also set the desk width to 2 feet and 6 inches. We'll then click Apply, and we can see the family has updated and changed. It is also possible to change the order that the parameters are displayed within the Family Types dialog. For example, we might want desk width first and then the length second, so I can select desk width parameter. And notice at the bottom of the dialog box here, we can use the Move Parameter Up or Move Parameter Down to adjust the position of this parameter. We can also set these ascending or descending in alphabetical order if required. Finally, we'll assign a new material for our glass. So under Glass Material parameter, let's select Blue Frosted Glass, and we'll browse. And in the Materials browser, let's select Natural Frosted Glass. And then we'll click OK. Once again, we can click Apply in the Family Types dialog box, and OK. And we can clearly see now that the glass material has changed. So we've now successfully created some family parameters and assigned these to dimensions and materials.